Yeah, thanks for having me. I go also if he could find his tongue, would thank you for the privilege to be here.
He definitely would.
We only have one of the two teams in the group here. So, oh, no, they're starting to arrive, so it shouldn't be too long until we get underway. I mean, everyone watching, I think about 95% of you guys are going to know that this is NLTP-B team playoffs. We're in the second round of the playoffs now. And we will be playing on a map called Wormy. You can actually see that image up in the background there behind the floating scoreboard and logos. Ego, tell me about your experiences on Wormy. What are your impressions of the map?
Wormy, it just seems to be a lot of sniping for returns, not a lot of contain because it's pretty open, especially with those bombs. You know, playing with Holden Gate earlier in the week seemed to be like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely just, after you get that first return, the question is always how far back are you going to push? There's so many boosts that could send that flag carrier straight past you if both of you push back too far. But of course, you don't push back as a team, then you're never going to get that reset. It can be tough to end those opponents' chains. So I always like to see how defensive pairs working together and just how aggressive they get with those resets. Because you do it at the wrong time, you can get punished. But obviously it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, definitely. It's also always fun to see how offenses and defenses use 3 bombs in base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you play a map like Geo Koala, and a high-quality defense is going to have accurate bomb timers when they're in base, and they're going to be ready to defuse those. But you move on to a map like Wormy, and there's 3 bombs in base. You're trying to keep track of power-ups as well, and just there's not really much chance to keep in track of those bomb timers, but the offense can use them to get out of base pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely. And I always like to see how they use them after getting on regrab, whether they're going to wait on the bomb for their regrab to get there, or whether they're going to try and get out of base without sitting on those bombs.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a surprise guest here, Simon. Thank you for joining us to do a little bit of commentary.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I just lost a U.S. Contenders game on Wormy, so I can tell you guys what not to do.
Some special insight into what it takes to lose on Wormy. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
But really, the more the merrier. It's we're here for some B team action. There's definitely going to be high quality play, but if we're not too serious here doing commentary, we apologize. Big moments will definitely get hyped, but we're just here to have some fun, just like you guys. I do believe we have an adult in the audience. That's always exciting. I mean, I guess we have a few legal adults in the audience always, but I'm talking about you got kids in a life, so welcome here. This is not your natural community, but thanks for joining us for a short time. CCGA's parents. Hopefully he puts on a good show for you guys. It'd be hard to justify spending this much time playing video games and still not being good at it, so hopefully he doesn't let you down.
Definitely.
And looks like we should be underway here soon. We've got CCGA, Camel, Bad Guy, M&P for Holden Gate Warriors, protagonists Vonvok, I believe it's pronounced, Spiking, and Jukes of Hazard over there for the Spaceballs B team. I think we do actually have a sub for Holden Gate Warriors. The 5th player finally showed up, so should there be any lag outs on these servers, Sphere and Origin that is, then both teams should have somebody prepared and ready to go. It's the postseason. If you can't sub, if you don't, know how to do a good sub by now, then, well, that'd just be a shame. All right, we are underway with some tag pro on Wormy. It's the playoffs. It's do or die time. We got a best of 5 series, 10-minute games, and we got 2 tag pros on the map here. One going to both teams if they can get their spawns and their boosts right. And as we saw yesterday in the 18 matchup between these teams, these tag pros can be lethal early. Both teams capitalized on them. CCJ, MNP both getting the rolling bomb. Spaceballs caught with their pants around their ankles at that initial spree there, and I'd be surprised if it didn't cost them. Jukes, really nice escape there. That's going to relieve a little bit of pressure. On the other side, CCGA and Camel have not gotten the flag out of base despite having that tag pro. Camel with an ill-fated grab, the boost sending him into Svanbach. Jukes of Hazard now with only 2 ahead of him after a phenomenal grab. He's coming in, he's got the box, and he's ahead, and that's a cap. Jukes of Hazard entirely against the run of play. I should be yelling at full volume, if I'm going to be honest, about the quality of that play, but we're just getting warmed up, and I did not see it coming. Good God. Golden Gate Warriors, 3 power-ups, no chutzpah. Jesus. Camel now trying to get their chain established. Wow, that was very, very high-quality play there by Spaceballs. Jukes of Hazard just capsizing the opponent's power-ups, making them look like clowns. And Pro Clown's not even playing today. Svanbach, nice night. Spiking, getting that tag pro. That should be helpful. Protagonist needs a sub. Bad guy gets the tie. Looks like they're going to try and do a live sub here, but Camel is past 2, and they're struggling to just right this rocking boat. Camel's got a little bit of momentum. Can't quite get to that bomb. CC now with the flag. Golden Gate Warriors managing to tie it up after that initial play there. Spiking, wants to escape. Has to go back through base to do it. Gets a good block by Camel and stays alive. M&P not far away but can't get the return.
CC threatening the kiss, fighting for pubs.
Yeah, good job by M&P there to come in and clean up that scary scenario. He should be able to get CC into base. Camel needs to get a solo return though on the Juke Juice. Nice snipe by M&P to help give CC a few more seconds on flag. Whether or not it'll be enough remains to be seen. Mr. Fruitsy in base, has a boost to work with, is going to use it to escape. Mr. Fruitsy doing a good job of being nearby, ready to cap should the opportunity present itself. Nice bomb by Svanbach to give Spiking the return. Spiking gets the double return. He wants the triple for the reset, but he's going to have to be nice and patient here as he's one of the last 2 ahead. Mr. Fruitsy, nice snipe. CCGA. He's got 1 man to beat. Does Spiking. Does not even try to read that move and just dives in a rather drastic maneuver. Jukes of Hazard already impressed us once with the flag. Has another chance. Camel not electing to take that boost out through mid, being a little bit more conservative, gets the regrab because of it. Bad guy, what'll he do with the boost? He will go around outside and get bombed. Great heads up play there by Spiking. Ooh, kiss there. Certainly, Golden Gate Warriors are glad to relieve pressure, but Jukes of Hazard now has the flag and some boosts. Bad guy, good positioning. CC with an errant boost outside. Now Fruitsy has passed a few. I think Fruitsy could have slipped around to that boost. Camel's going to use it to stay ahead just barely. Bad guy trying to escape and relieve some pressure. Cannot. Svanbach gets the first return. Spiking wants the second one. He's on the bombs again. M&P not going to go that close to the bomb. Ooh, M&P can't quite catch that bomb. Yeah, so we're halfway through. Anybody standing out to you, Echo?
So far it's looked pretty even. I think both teams could do a little bit better on pops, would give both of them a little bit more chance. Some good hold so far.
Yeah, they're pretty even right now. Both teams have 7 power-ups, but, you know, we definitely have seen a few power-ups here and there that have, you know, been sitting for a while and not been attended to. Camel now coming in, nice wraparound boost. Needs some monster blocks on all these players. Ooh, still got 3 ahead of him, though. He's being nice and patient. He's got a booster on back if he can worm his way over there. Svanbach, nice return. Can he get the reset? Does elects not to take the boost, being conservative there. You've got 3 behind you. I would always, for the viewers, I would advise him to take that shot. But I can see why he was conservative. Pays off. He defuses that rolling bomb. Juke, nice escape. Good bomb there. I'm not sure who actually ended up hitting it, but it helped him get out of base. Fruitsy caught way too near to those bombs. Bad guy gets a kill just sitting on regrab.
Heads up play from bad guy there.
Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about it, but you really have to be able to use those bombs comfortably on this map and to their full advantage if you want to be accomplishing much. Camel getting the bomb kill there, and that's going to be a cap. He gets the mini block on Svanvok to let bad guy slide in for his second of the game. Golden Gate Warriors started on the back foot, but have certainly warmed up here, and they take the lead.
Bad guy 2 caps, and I think his first offensive appearance of the season. Usually a defender.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he's in for Meat Sweet, who couldn't make it today.
CC gets the fuse.
Holding his own so far.
Fruitsy is going to have a rolling bomb here. Ooh, spikes himself. Going for the ambitious swerve through the spikes. Juke's doing a good job here. Not for long. Fruitsy's got that rolling bomb re. He might be asking Spiking to go for a kiss if he can. Just surviving, of course, would be great. And he does that temporarily. CC slides away from Svanvok by a very narrow margin. And
CC
he's still alive.
Lucky rolling bomb.
Ooh, that was
MNP.
Can they accomplish something with him? Oh, Spiking, really nice move to get around that tag pro for the return. Bad guy living on the edge. Fruitsy. I think the lane was open there for a slingshot, and he just couldn't quite curl it in. Bad guy not hitting the snipe. Juke's up there for whoever wants it. Top. Maybe Jukes of Hazard is going to spot it. He is, but MNP is going to make him pay for it? No, he will not. Jukes past 2, and this is just as good of an opportunity as anyone we've seen. Svanvok gets the first return. He gets the block too. Great play, Svanvok. Putting the team on his shoulders. Defensive powerhouse moment there to allow Juking his second of the game, and we're tied up with just 2 minutes left. Juking too close to the... Oh, that's the 4th or 5th time we've seen Buddy too close to those... Oh, nice bomb to get the return there.
Svanvok again.
Too many players too close to those bombs getting pushed. Bad guy has a rolling bomb here, though. That's not a bad angle, but it's not good enough. Jukes will be past 3. Bad guy will be blocked by Fruitsy. CC with the Juke Juice does enough. Coming into the last minutes, these teams neck and neck. Spiking past 2. Camel got him. Just doesn't seem to have quite as many Jukes in his locker as Jukes of Hazard. Perhaps it's the name, or perhaps it's just the mechanical skill. Fruitsy killing himself on those spikes. Not even the end of the first 10 minutes, and already I'm clenching my teeth when players try and go outside. Give yourself some space, people. Fruitsy, what's he got? Not enough. 1 minute left. We could already be going into a Golden Cap overtime period, just mirroring the A-team games of yesterday. MNP gets a Juke Juice. That's going to be important. Top power-up isn't around until 15 or something. It's been really late, so these 2 Juke Juices are essentially it for the rest of the game. Camel, nice return. Bad guy wants to escape. Oh! Bad guy is bombed into the one-tile space. MNP stuffs his teammate vigorously. Alright. Like I said, that top power-up could come into play here at the end, but likely we're going to be going into a Golden Cap period, which, as we saw yesterday, can so easily be determined by power-ups. Bad guy is alive. 5 seconds. Too much distance to cover. Svanvok in his way, regardless. Alright. Already we've got ourselves another Golden Cap period coming up here. That's just to anyone who does not know the format of the postseason here, we are in a best-of-5 series, 10-minute games. in the event that a game is tied, we go into a 20-minute overtime period in which the first cap wins the game. So you've got a tag pro or any other power-ups early on going to, one team heavily over the other, and it can easily be a really, really quick period. Of course, Wormy's an incredibly tough map to get it in without the use of those power-ups, so we've seen stalemates on this map go for a long time. It can really go either way. If you had to pull a name out of a hat for who would win, Ego, who would it be?
Oh man, it's always tough to say. Usually the first round of pubs can decide it on Wormy. We saw the A-team game yesterday for Holden Gate. Wormy is just such a tough map for sudden death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, I couldn't pick either of these two teams. I think Bad Guy has a couple caps that have come from really full teamwork that like full team efforts to get the flag and base and a couple, and so I'm certainly looking at him to cap again, but he's going to need everyone behind him. Jukes of Hazard has looked a little bit more individualistic in his nature. He's just, it doesn't matter what the other three people on his team are doing. He's been holding a lot and getting it done. So obviously those are the names we're watching right now, but Svanbach had a great defensive play. So really any of these 8 players could come up big here.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I noticed is that those Holden Gate caps were definitely team efforts. CC not coming out with the stats to show it, but he had a couple of good holds to prevent caps when the other team was past 3.
All right, tag pro up top. Who's going to get there? Should be Holden Gate Warriors based on these spawns. Depends on if Bad Guy knows it's there and instead goes for mid power up. That would be a team communication failure, and it looks like it's occurring. CC gets to the top anyway. Fruitsy would have punished him if he took much longer. Bad Guy grabbing, not waiting for the tag pro. Not going to be too hard on him, but that's a really poor decision when you really just want to put this game away early. Camel can't hit the snipe. MNP and Camel coming in tight, but he does have a juke juice, and they're really just wanting him to get to base. Yep. They just need to buy some time for Bad Guy, who's got another chance to snipe. Doesn't take it. More conservative this time. Jukes, though, coming around. We've been saying his name a lot. Will we be saying it louder? No, not this time. Camel can't hit the snipe. Bad Guy also cannot. Or on the next try. Spiking, sliding away from Camel just by a pixel. Fruitsy now. An opportunity to try and impress us. MNP doing good work with those bombs on the left. Round of power-ups. 2 will go to Spaceballs, who potentially looking to power-ups to be an avenue to make the difference here. Jukes, nice move on Bad Guy. Yeah, Wormy is a tough map to chase on. You've got to be really organized as a pair and communicate, where they're going. I mean, it's a little bit, sometimes you don't get rewarded for it, but I like to just, if my partner's chasing, I stay outside of the sight lines of the flag carrier, and I tell him where he tells me where he's going, and then I just snipe him before he can do anything. You can just camp up on a boost and then try and get your partner to push him into a snipe lane. Bad Guy, chance to get this rolling bomb, will not. Svanbach's going to be there ahead of him. There's a juke juice up top if he can get there. Camel does not take it, saves it for Bad Guy. Could pay off here. Of course, they need a couple of returns first. Bad Guy using those bombs, keeping everybody away. Fruitsy doing the same. These flag carriers are having a lot of success just hanging out backside. No surprise there, of course.
Bad Guy, it's a nice hesitation there to get past Spiking's snipe attempt.
Oh, good God. I called the other team Spaceballs. What a tragic faux pas. This is the Soviet Ballers. I don't know why I assumed that the A-team and the B-team bracket would be the same. My apologies there. No disrespect to the players. Just caught in yesterday, as somebody said in chat. Spiking getting there just in time to take that rolling bomb away from MNP. Bad guy again with a good kill on regrab, using those bombs to catch a flag carrier unaware. Some really fundamental errors here making the difference. Camel now has a tag pro. This has got to be it. They get it on Svanvak. Jukes of Hazard, so patient, waits for the moment to strike like a viper, gets that return to keep his team in it. We're almost 4 minutes deep in this Golden Cap period, and that was one of the best opportunities we've seen yet. Fritzy now, pass 3. Svanvak. Ooh, that's a good kiss, though. It's a good kiss. If they can keep it in here, Svanvak and Fritzy together. Bad guy, nice job getting the kill on Jukes of Hazard.
And MNP now. 3 for a chance.
Oh, he doesn't use the boost. And Spiking just barely gets there. 2 blockers, not enough for Spiking. We're seeing a little bit of momentum here for Golden Gate Warriors. We've had a couple opportunities in a row now. Just narrowly stopped. Svanvak wants to get out of base and move the team in the other direction. He cannot. MNP with the solo return Spiking. Is he going to grab? He is. MNP wants another return. He's hungry for it. He gets it. Can he get the third on Jukes of Hazard? He can't. That's 1, 2, 3 returns by MNP. Powerhouse play. It's a cap. It's the game. Camel cleans it up, but really all the focus has to go on MNP there, who went big on D.
3
terrible
returns
grab
for that cap.
Yeah. Terrible grabs, it has to be said, but MNP deserves the credit there. 3 times is not an accident.
MNP says it's not going to 5 minutes.
Triple stuff by M&P. Yeah. Well, first round of power-ups did not decide it, but in the end, a great defensive play did. Golden Gate Warriors certainly were putting on more pressure there, and Soviet Ballers couldn't get out of base and stem the tide. Great first game, though. Both teams obviously have a lot to show for. Ooh, we're going to Origin. Maybe that'll be helpful to Soviet Ballers. We're looking to bounce back.
I will be shutting audio off briefly to go talk to the team since Curry is nowhere to be found.
Cool. Welcome back, guys. Sorry for the short intermission. It's probably best that everybody gets a break from listening to us, so you can enjoy it all the more. We, of course, just saw the first game go to Golden Gate Warriors after a 5-minute overtime period. We're sticking on Wormy the whole time. We're probably gonna get more overtime periods. I mean, neither of these teams looked like they were capable of running away with it. So I'd expect just some more overtime periods, at least 1 or 2.
Soviets are trickling in. So a little bit of commentary on our lineup today. The biggest absence is Meat Sweet, who, along with CC, have been the core of our B team offense for the latter half of the season. he is taking an exam today, I think for physics, so we've had to switch Bad Guy, who's been a defensive staple for us, onto offense. And then that leaves us pretty thin as far as backups go on defense, but Camel and M&P have been doing a great job, as they have all season.
Great. And then Ego is here to present the insight into the Soviet Ballers lineup.
Soviet Ballers, man, I know a lot about this team. It
What
goes
am I here for?
all the way back to 15 minutes ago when they first joined the group. So far, it's looked like it's some pretty good offense. Defense hasn't held it in base quite as much as you would like, but on Wormy, it's always a tough thing to do. Getting resets is sometimes real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to get started here soon, but I would love to take a moment to get Simon's opinion. Simon, you missed the entire first game and the exciting overtime period. What are your thoughts on how the players have performed?
I was actually watching on and off. I was just running around the house doing stuff, but I thought, how do you pronounce his name? Zvanvak?
Fascinating insight, Simon. Fantastic. All we have time
Zvanvak was
for.
playing very well defensively. He was going aggressively for resets. All the flag carriers are usually going outside to play with those 2 bombs so they can get regrabs set up. And he took a couple aggressive boosts out there and almost got returns. I think that's something the teams are going to need to do if they want to get reset, or aggressively boosting to the double boosts, those elbow boosts. That's another area where flag carriers usually try and go.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. We have 2 rolling bombs and a juke juice on map. Holding Gate Warriors again with the advantageous position to get the best power up on the map. Mid should get diffused. Whether or not that Soviet Ballers flag carrier can take that top rolling bomb and keep it undifused is always interesting. Jukes cannot quite. CC is going to get that juke juice. Try and make something happen with it on offense. Bad Guy, great timely regrab there. Is behind 4. Yeah, Wormy's a map where if you're... The communications usually sounds a little bit like, I'm out, past 3. Okay, never mind. You know, you don't stay ahead for all that long on this map. Protagonist, doing a good job with the flag. Coming into base, perhaps a little aggressively. Has an angle to get out, though. Jukes pokes his head out of base, sees a couple players trying to line up a boost, and decides to go the long way. Spring has not come yet. The groundhog has gone back into his hole. Jukes of Hazard in base, needs another return or 2. Bad Guy with the monster dummy on Spiking and Zvanvak, who are sent reeling past that bomb. Comical even. Yeah,
I think Bad Guy surprised himself with that one a little bit.
It is moments like those that remind you we are playing a game that is very firmly rooted in slapstick comedy. Just a bunch of balls rolling around, doing silly stuff like that. M&P kills himself. CCGA
It's
with the bomb spike.
Oh.
Not quite. Not far off. Jukes.
Oh.
I
Curry,
prefer to give a
what
cold
have you
welcome,
seen?
but that's everybody's individual choice. Jukes
Curry,
of
what have you
Hazard.
seen? What do you like
finally
so
died.
far? From each
Why
of
are
the
we even
players?
talking to Kirby? He's not worth our breath. He's got
Kirby-
more important stuff like defending USC titles. Jukes of Hazard dies. Bad Guy as well. Chance for both teams to reset. Ego, like Curry, like an absentee father, shows up for a brief moment before deciding it's too much emotional pressure, dips out.
Curry not prepared the interview mid-game. We'll have to catch him
Golden Gate
after.
has a good opportunity here. Tag Pro lead. CC decides to go outside though.
Yeah. Spawnvok out past everybody, spiking, get aggressive with the bomb. Nope. A relatively self-assured start from both of these teams' defenses. They're not exactly keeping a base for long. Very little prevent for both teams, not even 40 seconds. But the offensive defense has been on par so far in the few opportunities we've seen. Nice return, Camel. Protag has a bomb to play with. Gets it! Narrowly past a couple. Decides to go back behind because he's toying with them. And he's past 3 now. Oh, he's got a pretty good block. Can he turn the corner? He can. Svanvak, the bizarre but effective block on CCGA for the first cap of the game. Soviet Ballers, it was interesting because they did a great job holding onto the flag there, but the Golden Gate Warriors seemed to just abandon ship and somehow get 3 players behind. For what reason, I could not exactly divine. Spiking himself. Protag, nice curl around bottom. M&P.
Nice return. Nice
Yeah.
boost combination to
Beautiful.
get to that elbow. I would like to see
Beautiful
that
sequence.
more.
Yeah, it can be tough to aim your boost perfectly when you've got a lot of momentum, but man, you can just zip around this map and pick people off if you're willing to just ride the White Lightning.
A nice kiss from Drew King there gives his team the reset. CC can be able to get out though.
Yeah, Camel is actually going to get a reset for the other side with a nice boost back. He can't keep it in for long here, though. One-on-one defense on this map is tough with all those bombs. You really got to... Honestly, the positioning on this map is far less intuitive than most in terms of defensive positioning, especially when it comes to those bombs. I mean, I think, even many high majors, minors caliber players would say that they don't quite have figured out where they should be positioning in anticipation of those bombs. People would disagree. And of course, doing it alone is an even bigger task. Interesting return there. Got a little bit fortuitous to be bombed into it. Spiking wants another one. Has some boosts. His partner does the work. Can he get the second one? Svanvak gets the second one also. CCGA trying to let his team breathe here. Svanvak not falling for it. Protag takes the kiss. Dukes of Hazzard now past 1. Gets to the boost. Coming around back. Bad guy there to meet him. All 4 Golden Gate Warriors coming out of base there. Hate to see. You gotta leave at least 1 or 2 in tight. Your advantage here on Wormy is having such a little tight base to try and get them to come
forces
into.
a flaccid right there.
Yep, CC, nice return. Tag Pro bottom for whoever wants it. Looks like it is going to be Protagonist. No, M&P gets there first. Golden Gate Warriors taking a little bit of a chance there, going out to get those power-ups, but it does pay off. They're going to get out of base with them. You go out to get those
Nice
at the wrong
snipe by
time,
Camel.
and you can find yourself in a world of hurt.
Campbell not taking long to set up that bomb snipe.
M&P hanging back a little bit deeper. Looks like Camel's taking a bit more of an aggressive chasing role here. M&P is just trying to stay ahead behind him. It's not a bad place to start, but they're going to have to contain as a team if they want to get these open field returns.
Bad guy just enough of a block for that split.
This is what I'm talking about. Dukes of Hazzard is just taking down one chaser at a time. They're not, obviously you take a risk when you come at him as a pair that he gets past both of you, but right now, Camel,
Ooh.
nice bomb snipe to shut me up. And then he overcommits. It's a bummer because bad guy's on the scene looking for a cap.
Bad
think
guy
that's
has
something
been
else.
holding for a long time at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, already 2 minutes and 20 seconds with 8 grabs.
Dukes of Hazzard, nice move on M&P. Can't get... Oh, he does get past Camel. Just barely has the angle on him. Now he's in a tight spot. Camel gets the return. Camel getting most of these open field returns right now.
Nice kiss from
Campbell.
bad guy. I'm not sure if he planned it, but that might get him the reset.
Camel just picked up his 11th return of the game, certainly leading his team. They haven't had many returns actually in base, so the majority of those have been in the open field. There's another one right there, Camel, playing really good D right now. They are down 1 though, so they're going to need a little bit more out of both him and the other members of his team. Power-up's not too long, top and bottom. Yeah, most of the power-ups this game have just been chanced upon by people who are also chasing or carrying a flag. Haven't seen many people at the power-ups early there to fight for them. Really, whatever team can change that, can take advantage of a relatively even game and make a difference. Obviously, we say the phrase power-ups and how important they are a lot, but neither of these teams are quite on it right now. We're not seeing many contested power-ups. Camel should be out past 3. The bomb sends him into protagonist, who I suspect he would have otherwise been past. Now Dukes of Hazzard is coming in. Gets across the flag by a narrow margin to extend the difference to 2. Really good defensive bomb there to clear out base. Svanbach with a tag pro. And Holden Gate Warriors have a lot to do here. CCJ trying to do a part of it. Should be out of base, but that's the easy part on this map. He's got a lot more ahead of him. Svanbach, flag pro on the other end. CCJ with a rolling bomb gets a kill.
There's another rolling bomb bottom. Oh, bad guy doesn't tell him. He takes it for himself.
That's okay. CCJ can look for a kiss now. Is he? He will. He will. He gets the call. He gets the kiss. Bad guy defused by Svanbach. Makes a big anti-replay on the rolling bomb. Dukes of Hazzard pass 2. Momentum shifts just like that. Dukes isn't going to use the boost. Again, the defense uses that bomb to try and clear out, and if Dukes of Hazzard had been in there a little bit sooner, potentially could have taken advantage of it. Spiking, barely staying alive on the spikes out there back. CCJ, spiking with the Rotten Thompson. So yesterday during the stream, Ironball's parents asked for a glossary. I was looking at that after the game of some terms. Rotten Thompson is when a player just nuzzles into a little spot to stop on a point and watch the chasers just go right past him. There was a couple other fun ones in there, but I thought that was the most fun sounding.
Where
So
did
look
you
for more
find
Rotten
that glossary
Thompsons.
at?
It's on the Tag Pro wiki, reddit.com/r Tag Pro, and then at the top on the heading, you'll see a little wiki thing there, and you can find glossary at the bottom. Somebody feel free to link it in chat, because
This
right
is
now
Holden
we've got
Gate's
some Tag
last
Pro to watch.
chance.
Yeah,
If they
you're gonna
can
need
somehow
2
force
caps.
this in.
Nope.
I wouldn't
There
be
you go.
surprised if they're dealing with some lag. I know for me, playing on Sentry usually, Origin has been not very good as of late.
Yeah, absolutely.
Surprised not to see any anti-read down by 2 at the last couple minutes there. It's pretty hard to get a reset on.
Soviet Ballers, great job to tie up the series there at 1-1. Tough to lose a game in overtime. They bounced back, and they showed us the biggest lead of the day, 2 cap. It's the widest margin we've seen.
Jukes with 4.5 minutes a hold, and Bad Guy with 4 minutes.
Mhm.
The difference being the 1 cap he got and the 1 cap his teammate got, Protag, I think.
Yeah. Ironball, do you have to dip out to do another team talk?
Yeah, I probably will.
Alrighty.
Long, and I can come back and
Cool. Trying to find PK Sub Balls online to tree the link again. So we're all tied up in a good series, but I don't know if he is. So back to Sphere, the server preferences are as follows. We're a center team going up against a radius team, and the center team has a higher seed, so we start on the western favored server Sphere for the first game, and then we go back and forth, which leaves us on center for the first, third, and fifth game, and well, if we go to 5, of course, and the second and fourth game being on Origin. Potentially playing a role there in Soviet Ballers tying it up. Back on Sphere, we'll see if that makes a difference. Of course, there's many other factors here, so I wouldn't want to overstate that. But these teams are coming from coast to coast right now.
That's when regular season records really come into play. It's just that server preference.
Mm-hmm.
For the lower seed, you're going to have to pick one up on the unfavorable server.
All right, we're underway again. Not seeing any subs for either team. So it looks like we're sticking with the same 8 players, same 4 for each team. It can be tough to come into a game that's this hotly contested. Really, really tight games can be tough to come into unwarmed up. We're all tied up 1-1. Feel free to say in chat if you have somebody who you think or want to win this series. I personally could not say. Tag Pro up top for whoever wants it. Dukes of Hazzard has a decent spawn to try and steal it. I think he could do just so if he knows it's there. He's probably just going to go for that Juke Juice mid. Be very surprised if he didn't. Yep, Svanvok though. Can't quite get to top. CC gets there first. Dukes of Hazzard needs to make this Juke Juice work. He cannot here. CCGA is all alone on offense though. Waiting for someone to get there to try and get out of base. 3 defense by Golden Gate Warriors. Keep the flag in base, but more or less give up an opportunity to escape themselves. CC looking to get out anyway. Protag can't quite hit that bomb snipe. CC, I don't think he intended that boost, and it will cost him. Looks like he was playing a game of Quidditch there, diving to the ground for a snitch, except the ground was spikes and he never pulled up. CC slides out. Camel trying to get ahead. Dukes of Hazzard in base. Needs a return. Does not get it. Camel gets the kill.
First round of pubs coming up. Interesting to see if either team gets an advantage there this game.
Well, Golden Gate Warriors taking all 3. Bad guy can't get the cap with the rolling bomb, but CCGA picks up a snipe using the Juke Juice. No tag pros that round. It's very, very lucky for Soviet ballers who were caught sleeping.
Nice kiss by Camel if they can get that reset.
Camel wants a snipe, can't quite get it. Bad guy pulls off to regrab. Really think he could have just finished out that return and then gone there, but it's a good smart play. Good smart young lad. CCJ gets juked by Dukes of Hazzard, who has just been an unattainable snitch all day. Dukes of Hazzard almost getting killed by his teammate there. Stays alive for long enough to let CC kill him. MNP's gonna get a rolling bomb. Good play there by CC to be patient. Gets the call out that his flag carries nearby.
Power-ups again. They can make them count.
Oh, MNP's there. And he gets the return. CC barely catching that boost to get the return. Golden Gate Warriors up 1-0 after getting the last 6 power-ups. I mean, I'm getting tired of saying the word power-ups, but, you know, it's really plain and simple what made the difference there. Camel somehow alive. Splitting, spiking, and protagonist again. Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, good kiss there. They should be able to get a reset with Camel and MNP. Maybe not. Dukes of Hazzard using that bomb well again. Man, this is such a fun map to be a flag carrier on. Dukes of Hazzard freezing like a deer in the headlights as MNP bared down on him.
Once again, Golden Gate gets all 3.
Wow. That's the last 9, maybe 10. I can't remember the first round. At least the last 9 power.
Oh, and CC with the nub step.
With a rolling bomb, but he doesn't need it.
MNP hits the boost to bomb for the next cap. Wow. Great sequence here by Golden Gate.
That's one of the most satisfying caps on the map. Boost to bomb combo.
Yep, and there's so many of them. Oh, bad guy. Last minute ahead. Nope. Good job there. Golden Gate Warriors, we're still very early in the game, but taking a really, really sizable lead, the biggest we've seen all day. I think that's the first 2-cap chain we've seen all day, too. It's a small map. It didn't take long to get across if you really keep the pressure on.
Yeah, as far as power-ups go so far, we have 10 power-ups to Holden Gate and 2 power-ups to the Soviets.
Absolutely getting abolished when it comes to pups.
Although,
Soviet's gonna pick up 3 this round, including
Yeah.
2 tag pros. That could be trouble.
Oh! I don't know if you guys caught
Protagonist.
that, but Protag, yeah, came straight into base with the rolling bomb, proceeded to double touch himself. I say himself because he hit the bomb that put himself onto the regrab. The regrab didn't even move. He took it upon himself to absolutely obliterate his ball. Bad guy in CC. Miscommunication there. CC wants the bomb. Does not get there. Camel again, as I say, getting the bomb snipe, leading the way with those open field returns. Certainly unreplaceable right now for Holden Gate Warriors, doing a job that nobody else seemed to can for either team. Svanbach gets a couple power-ups and a return. Good job. Can he get the blind snipe on Camel? Elects not to use the boost. Does defuse bad guy. Svanbach really patient there. Might reward his team with a reset. If he can get that return. He can get the first one. One more to go to get the first step down. Yep, that's a reset there for the Soviet ballers who desperately needed it. Keeping the flag in base is a much harder story. We're doing okay right now, though. Getting the flag out of base now has proven to be the struggle for both teams. Look at those prevent seconds climbing. Boy, doesn't happen very often. Power up soon. Protag, not really past anybody.
Two
of the power up.
apologizing to his teammate. That one.
Camel trying to hit the needle in the haystack snipe. Misses the first one. Does not mess up with the bomb. CC with a beautiful split in base on the juke juice, causing his chaser to spike himself. CCJ out of base in spectacular fashion. Now what will he do with it? Get past Vansvok. He's got a boost. Oh, that was a cap if he could just curl it into base. The angle was there. He couldn't find it. He comes around back. The blocks are not quite solid enough. The kiss happens. CCJ looking for what would have been easily the most spectacular cap of the day, but cannot get it due to his teammates. Nice try, though. It's certainly something to get up out of our seats for there. Bad guy's got some boosts to play with. Svanbach and spiking, bouncing into each other like dunces. Bad guy making spiking look like a fool. Nice snipe CC, using both boosts to hit him. Svanbach, one-on-one, gets none. Bad guy coming in with the rolling bomb. The bomb there by his chaser sent him too far away from that opening there. Good play by Svanbach. Gets a return too. He's coming into base, pushes his partner into the kiss. Certainly an accident there. He's just trying to get back to help. A little overzealous in the end. Bad guy passed 1, 2, 3. The blocks are solid. The boosts are not. But spiking just barely gets ahead with a roundabout boost. I thought I was counting that one out, but good job by spiking to even get a grab as well and get back across his own flag tile. Protagonist staying alive, CCGA trying to be an agent of change but cannot make the difference. Does get the tag pro up top though. Right place, right time. Camel also has a juke juice. Golden Gate Warriors again pulling away on power up. Protag near base waiting to pounce. CCGA on flag. Even more dangerous of a scenario. Svanbach, great boost bounce snipe return. Spiking now trying to line up a boost. Svanbach as well. Bad guy hiding behind the box. Spiking using every boost to accomplish nothing. and his team bails him out. No lack of hold here in these last few minutes of the game. That short period of prevent was short-lived. Spiking does not get the second tag pro. Instead allows his opponent to slide through and get it. Really bizarre play there. MNP cannot stop Svanbach from getting the return. Good last man play by Svanbach when his team left him alone. Both teams reset temporarily. That's going to be it. That's going to be Holden Gate Warriors taking this game 3-0. Easily the most dominating performance we've seen so far. But it's just a 2-1 series. Protagonist wants the ego booster cap. Cannot get it. MNP escapes and he gets killed. No reason to fret though. Soviet ballers have shown that they are made of a tougher metal than what they showed in the last 10 minutes. No reason they can't bounce back in it. Maybe some subs, not sure who they have on the bench or what their options are, but maybe the coach decides he wants to switch it up a little bit, change the mentality in the dressing room.
Holding Gate with 3 players in the double digits for returns that game. Just shows some nice team chasing.
Yeah, full team effort. I mean, obviously I've said it before, but Camel is looking very impressive. Just he's the one getting the first return, and then you can close in as a pair on that regrab and try and get the reset. But Camel's the instigator right now when it comes to getting those resets for Holden Gate Warriors, who did, it should be said, have a few more minutes of prevent than the Soviet Ballers. It was hard to come by for both teams, but the prevent that the Holden Gate Warriors did get resulted in caps.
Absolutely. Camels look like a monster out there chasing. Another 16 returns that half. Or that game, I'm sorry.
Oh, and we are shifting back to Origin. So far, server, though not dictating the pace of play, has influenced the results. We've seen 2 wins on Sphere for Holden Gate Warriors, the Western team, and a win on Origin by a narrow margin for the Soviet Ballers B team. Whether or not we'll see that again, I'm not quite sure. But I do know both these teams are very impressive so far. I'd be lying if I didn't say that there's been some sloppy plays from both teams. But those were mostly in the first game. I mean, we saw a lot of people hovering too near those bombs outside and getting pushed into the spike, either by somebody trying to kill them or the regrab that was nearby. But definitely less of those in the last game. Maybe these players didn't practice that much this week and are now just learning on the fly. All the players leaving the Sphere group to go to the Origin. Just open up another tab, you heathens. Save yourself some time on the back end.
That's something I like to do. I don't know if it helps with ping, but I like to think it does.
It doesn't.
Helping with ping, closing out another inactive group?
Inactive tabs. I like to keep just the one I'm playing in open.
Are you playing on a potato?
It's very possible.
What's your FPS on that potato, Ego?
Is 2 FPS good?
Good enough. All right. Game 4, Holden Gate Warriors. Do or die time for Soviet Ballers here, who are down 2-1 in the series. Maybe they can get that tag pro difference maker early and start on the right foot. But this could be the last 10 minutes of their season.
MNP with the best spawn so far. I'd like to see Svanbach bomb spiking into that. It's not going to do it. MNP should win it.
Yep. Secures that juke juice bottom for bad guy. Only one on defense, Camel, trying to do it alone, defusing all the bombs. Buys enough time for CC to come back and help. Bad guy, was out, was conservative and waited for his M&P to get back ahead. Now Zvonbach is ahead of him with the Juke Juice. Bad guy weaving. Juke Juice runs out. Really could have been more aggressive there. He is a defender, so maybe we're seeing a bit of those tendencies. Camel, nice snipe for the reset. Maybe we're seeing bad guy's defensive tendencies shine through. But I think there's a cap there waiting if he just pushed through and fought for it. CC doing a good job of staying alive here. Bad guy wants that regrab, gets the kill with the bomb. Bad guy playing a duck hunt so far today with those bombs. With or without the flag, he's getting the kills on the people around him.
3 powers holding gate, see if they can make it count this time.
Bad guy wants to return. CC cannot hit the snipe. Oh, Zvonbach is angled perfectly off the rolling bomb to grab as his teammate gets killed. Very, very fortuitous or skillful, hard to say, positioning by Zvonbach to prevent that cap there for Holdgate Warriors.
Camel with a nice return there for an opportunity if they can set up these blocks. Oh, CC, maybe. Oh, that was M&P. Maybe pushed it a little bit too hard. The pubs. Looks like Golden Gate's gonna get all 3 again. That guy's gonna renew his Juke Juice. That's not quite as big an advantage as last time.
Great snipe
CC able to
by
cap with the rolling
Camel
ball.
to set up that cap there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We seem to have lost Swirg.
It's okay. Iron's gonna step up in his commentating and do his best ergonomics impression.
Exactly. Although sometimes OBS seems to not register my microphone, and so you may hear me, but the stream doesn't.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
Welcome back, Swirg.
Well, it is tragically silent in here. Ego, do your job and fill in while I deal with my lag out.
I was doing a decent job. There was a cap while you were gone. I'm not sure what you're announcing from, whether your potato is working or malfunctioning at this point.
Dukes of Hazzard has got the regrab. Well, I'm back and I've got pasta with me, so I'm in a good mood. Despite my internet service provider failing me in the line of action, Dukes of Hazzard was a nice split on Camel and CC. Short-lived fun. Camel wants the blind snipe reset. Instead, is one of 2 Homegate Warrior players behind. Nice bomb there. CC barely there in time. Good idea on the offensive defense there. Or on the for the defense blocking there. They used that bomb. They got 1 kill.
They're in the pubs, it looks like. Golden Gate, a little more wear on him. Gets all 3. Spike King was fighting for 1 that time.
Dukes of Hazzard with an ill-fated dash into base. He's met with a tag throw and a rolling bomb. Camel, nice wraparound
Camel
snipe.
with another nice
That results
snipe.
in a cap, somehow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a cap. Bad guy
Oh,
just so
man.
happened to be sitting right on the flag tile.
We
Wow, I didn't
made
even
the
see
instant
that.
replay. I completely missed that.
Yeah, my pasta was too captivating.
Camel's wraparound snipe was a little bit captivating for me. I'm not sure what was going on the other half of the map.
Yeah, hopefully some of you guys saw that, and we'll obviously have to go to the tapes because I am speechless and clueless. Bad guy, nice snipe.
Another round of pup spawn.
Bad guy out of base. Pro tag with a nice boost sequence there. Cannot get the split this time. No regrab here. Dukes of Hazzard dies and the chain is broken, but he does not.
Cam with a nice move there along that square.
Oh, great bomb there. Dukes of Hazzard only has one head. Great block by Spiking. Using the bombs to full effect to kill one of the OD on that little spike. It's going to half the difference. Protag, nice move. He's got a boost. Takes it. He's got the slingshot boost. Bad guy, I think, might have been blocked out there. It was narrow, but he might have had a shot at it. Dukes of Hazzard is past one. He's got a tag pro ahead of him. Big time for a return here. Bad guy gets the return, though. And now CC is leading Camel with the tag pro. Won't get worse. Only with a one-cap lead here. Camel evading that snipe. Spiking out with the juke juice. That's a big play. He's actually on flag. They can get a return for him. Oh, not quite. Not far off, though. That would have tied it up.
Very aggressive the lead there from Holden Gate to stay in base despite having no regrab. They're hungry. More caps.
CC kills himself. Dukes of Hazzard getting pushed around by Spiking. Spiking. Svanbach needs the soul return. CCJ arrives on the scene out of nowhere.
Kills two
bolt
FC
from the heavens.
One snipe.
Yeah. Ooh, tag pro mid for whoever wants it. Svanbach's gonna get there first. Dukes of Hazzard gets the juke juice bottom. Protagonist is gonna get the rolling bomb bottom. Will he?
Not gonna pick it
Will
up.
not. Doesn't
Still
need
has
it.
a tag pro lead.
He's a
Nice
rogue.
bomb by bad guy. Not able to
Protag
escape.
just needs the curl. Gets it, ties it up. 2.5 minutes left. Their season is on the line.
And
And they're
Dukes of
performing
Hazzard
admirably with a
does
two-cap chain. Dukes of Hazzard surely in base. Svanbach in the way temporarily. But this game has been flipped on its head by a great sequence from the Soviet Ballers.
Flipping the cap diff.
Hazzard pass to again. The boost block by Protag. Cuts out two players. Hazzard has a bomb. Kills himself on Camel.
Nice positioning by Camel there.
Holden Gate Warriors need to stay calm here if they want to take this game. If they start grabbing on OD at bad times, they're going to be in trouble. But they should have a reset here if Camel can position well. And they've escaped. The momentum goes back and forth on this map. Protag, great bomb escape. Or boost escape. Tag pro top for MNP. Can he make a difference with it? Camel, good job. MNP keeping his flag carrier alive. Svanbach, last man, big return.
Another tag pro bottom. Svanbach missing it.
Yeah, that's hard to do. I don't think he could do that again if he tried. Soviet Ballers desperately hanging on, trying to make this a tied 2-2 series. Dukes of Hazzard has the moves in his locker to make that happen. Camel, not near enough to that bomb. Dukes of Hazzard wants to extend the lead, but Svanbach is all alone. Spiking takes an errant boost and cannot get back to help. Does get one return though there, and a juke juice. You only got to win by one.
Holding
Camel
gate.
escape. Ooh, M&P is lagged out. Oh, they're not calling time? Okay. Never mind or not, M&P is out. This is a confusing scenario here, but the players need to play on here. M&P has come back into the game. Looks like these players are just going to play it out. I don't think it would have made a difference. 10 seconds left here. Protag does need to stay alive. Bad guy crossed the flag very shortly.
Oh!
The regrab is out of position. He's got a rolling bomb and he doesn't sit on the flag. Bad guy ties it up in an immense fashion.
Does that count or does that
I
not
have
count?
no clue. Nobody left the game. Everybody kept playing. There are going to
Interesting
be
to see what's
salty
called
captains.
here.
Salty captains.
There will be
Oh.
salt. Interesting to see which way this one's gonna go.
Oh, pour the salt on, people. This is about to get spicy. That. Argue in chat. Yeah, this is about to flare up. I am all for remaining civil and being respectful, but I cannot see tempers getting anything less than livid here.
Oh, now would be the time for a listen-in on one of the team's channels.
No, that would be disrespectful. We want them to sort it out. To the parents out there, sorry if you see any nasty chat from the kids here. They really care, and this is the postseason, and they do not want any errors to cost them their season. Hopefully people can remain civil, as I have said. This is a commissioner may need to be communicated with. Yikes.
Are there any rules for this online?
Well,
What do we do?
additionally, because they called a timeout with so little time left, I'm pretty sure that would have ended the game because it would have rounded down
would've.
to 0.
With they were behind when they called it, so it would have rounded down. Being at 40 seconds, it would have rounded down to 0.
Because it was after 30 seconds when the flags were returned. Yeah.
It looks as if they're going to count it as a timeout and round it down to 0 with 40 seconds left. One thing I would urge the both teams to do is just sit and regrab, especially with the rolling bomb with 5 seconds left. Then we would have no controversy. Bad guy with a nice cap that might not count. The nub step with the bomb with, what, 2 seconds?
So, I believe somebody argued that time was called at 45, but both flags, I do believe, were not reset until under 35. The tapes would have to be watched. I'm not gonna throw my weight around in this situation.
With a lead, it would round down even from 59. It would round down to 0 because the losing team called it with under a minute. It rounds down it.
Mm-hmm.
Curry fighting for us.
CCG, I urge you to remind yourself that you're on stream right now.
Your presence
Anything
is
you'd
not
like to say to
requested,
the fans out
CCGA.
there?
You've got a place to be, and that's in the locker room. Well, looks like captains have agreed to round it down. 3-2 game. Series tied 2-2. Tempers staying not too high there. It's nice that captains have agreed. Definitely going to be some salty feelings after that one. Can somebody give me the sphere group link? I seem to have misplaced it. Thank you. All right, both teams ready. This is the deciding game. 10 minutes on Wormy to decide these teams' fates. And I am not even in spectators.
My biggest question at this point would be, that cap by bad guy top 10 eligible?
There are many questions. That is among. I'm not at liberty to
I'll really go
discuss
down as one of the top plays.
cap that wasn't.
The top caps to never count.
Certainly the best cap that wasn't, if that's a voting category. Anyway, we have more tag pro right in front of us, so though we'll discuss that scenario after the game, we've got to look at the map now, and we've got 2 tag pros. Bad guy just gets the top, MNP gets the bottom, 2 tag pros for Golden Gate Warriors, returning to power up dominance, trying to get the 3rd game that will see them move on to the next round. Soviet Ballers. Oh, MNP pushes bad guy back, but does get a couple kills, just 2 ahead. The tag pros are about to run out, but MNP gets 2 kills just in time.
That was a massacre.
Yeah, that was a great tag pro lead. He did everything and got a lot of kills there.
Golden Gate now 11
7.
tags, only 1 return. That was 10
7
kills with this.
That was, MNP, 7 kills with that tag pro. Golden Gate Warriors not making any mistakes with those first round of power-ups. They should not be getting 2 tag pros off the bat. Camel pushing back aggressively. MNP cannot get to that tag pro mid. 2 tag pros, 3 power-ups now going in the other direction. Whether or not they can make it count, we are yet to see. Protag gets a kill. Uses that second bomb early. There's no pressure on him. He is on flag. Svanbach not far off from the return. Brief little glimmer of an opportunity there. CCGA finally goes down after biting off more than he could chew. Kiss there. Who will it benefit? Not quite sure. Maybe the Soviet Ballers if they can get this reset. Protag, no reason to hit that bomb there. CCGA gets out directly because of it. Svanbach tries to stand him up, cannot. The blocks are solid, but the players behind will not block themselves out. Good return there. Protag has escaped. Svanbach with a tag pro. Soviet Ballers with 2 out of 3 there. Bad guy gets killed. Svanbach surely can get this last return with the tag pro. Kenny cannot. Protag forced off. Eventually gets the cap to tie it up at 1-1. Bit of helter-skelter in base there, but they made it count. And now we're 1-1 in this final do-or-die game. Both teams reset temporarily. Brief moment of respite. Protag out of base. Protag with a nice move past the couple, trying to curl around back. Spiking uses the bomb, gets 1 kill with it. On point bomb usage by them to get it into base. Protag has a couple hit. The blocks are phenomenal! Protag slides around back after the cleanest set of blocks from Spiking and Svanbach. And now Juking is out again, looking to extend the lead from 1 to 2. Phenomenal play there by Soviet Ballers, who potentially will be winning on a spicy, controversial situation. Taking the second game, now looking good here in the third with a great cap to take the lead. 6.5 minutes to play still, though. A lot of work to be done for both teams. The final 10 minutes continue to heat up. Bad guy doesn't want to kiss. Camel gets the solo return. Him and M&P trying to work together here. Tied up. Do they have it in their suitcase? Good kiss by Dukes of Hazzard. And now Protag could be out. Stays away from Camel. CCGA doing a good job himself of staying alive here. Dukes of Hazzard trying to get that spawn snipe on Camel. He does get ahead with it, and does eventually get the return. Not too long till power-ups here. He's going to get him and take advantage of it. Mid still nice and early, top and bottom a little bit delayed, but people are waiting nearby. Spiking gets bottom uncontested because of that spike there. And the Golden Gate Warriors, he's got a rolling bomb. Should let him stay alive long enough here. Oh, MNP gets sniped by Svadvok, who gets around the tag pro for that return. He wants the double return. Cannot quite get it. Bah! Dukes of Hazzard cannot get the backwards snipe. Spiking is still not defused. He's on the flag tile, and he gets it by the bomb snipe by Svadvok! Spiking beautifully timed by the team. Not sure if they were communicating for the... Wow! Great cap by Soviet Ballers. Communicating flawlessly to take advantage of that rolling bomb that somehow stayed undefused for so long. Soviet Ballers now with a 2-cap cushion and all the momentum in their scene. Camel spiking himself. Golden Gate Warriors starting to look flustered. Dukes of Hazzard is in base. Again, threatening another capping opportunity. Svadvok with the tag pro. This is Juke Juice bottom for whoever wants it. Svadvok will not get there. Dukes of Hazzard will, but he'll die for it. Bad guy pushing aggressively for that reset. Protagonist doing a good job with the flag here. Bad guy going to regrab, being conservative there. M&P gets the first of the returns that are needed. CC is there, wants the reset. Can he get a bomb snipe? Not quite. Dukes of Hazzard is out past 1, 2, 3. Great corner bounce. Camel with the bomb. Stops him at the last second. Very close stuff there. Protagonist now is coming around top. Series is 2-2. Golden Gate Warriors need a couple caps here. They've got 4 minutes to work with. But Soviet Ballers are looking for the upset here. Protagonist coming in. The bomb by Spiking is not well timed. He's had very, very many good bombs there. Dukes of Hazzard somehow staying alive up top as bad guy gets the juke juice, but not the return. CCGA is coming in. Can Camel get the block? Oh, the flashes are real. Camel can get the first, but not the second return. And the kiss is on. MNP. Oh, bad guy past 3. Bad guy coming in. Bad guy's got the cap to make it a 1-cap game. Golden Gate Warriors fighting desperately to get back into this game. 3-2. Soviet Ballers. Game 5. NLTP playoffs. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is do or die time. CC, an ill-fated grab. Bad guy. Can he escape? He can. He's past 3. Does he have a boost to work with? He does. Svadvok has the angle, though. I misspoke. Camel cannot quite get that return on Protag. Good golly gosh, this is nail-biting stuff. Dukes of Hazzard past a few. Camel and bad guy get ahead quickly. Dukes of Hazzard, bad guy stuffs him with the bomb snipe. There's a rolling bomb up top. Protag is gonna get it. Might be able to make something happen here with it. Camel gets the defuse. Nice and early. Good job to get it far away from base. Camel does get the return as well. MNP is out. He's heading towards bottom where there is a juke juice waiting. Or a rolling bomb waiting. I misspoke. He does get the rolling bomb. He's going to need to stay undefused as he works his way towards base if he wants to make this count. Maybe an anti-re would be in order. Nope. MNP kisses. Who will that reward? Hard to say. Svadvok wants a reset. Not far off from getting it. CCJ stays alive. Temporarily, Svadvok does get the return. Dukes of Hazzard now. Gets past 1-2. Kimmel with the snipe. Misses it. Dukes of Hazzard coming in. There's a tag pro behind for whoever needs it. Dukes of Hazzard has to leave the scene. CCJ with the tag pro trying to help his team out. They need a cap desperately in the last minute and a half if they are going to keep playing this season. MNP in base. Not quite. Protagonist running around bottom. MNP has another rolling bomb. Quickly diffused. Camel gets the first return that's needed. Camel left on regrab is a mistake. They need him chasing right now. That's what he does. Camel back on the scene. Does get a return. Very fortuitous. He does even get a reset. Camel is there doing his job. MNP trying to come in base. Maybe he can use that bomb. He's not sure what the angle is. He needs to stay alive here. Oh, there's another kill. Oh, and a bad grab. Camel cannot quite get that. Dukes of Hazzard escapes at a crucial moment. 3-2. MNP still holding the flag, but needs the flag in base If he's going to make it count, Camel trying to get the solo return. Maybe you guys need to play some regrab now. There's not much time. If you're going to get a reset, you might have to play regrab here. M&P with the long distance, not quite snipe. CCJ trying to use the juke juice to get that first return. M&P looking for a snipe, gets it. CCJ is there with the juke juice, cannot quite get it. M&P has some boosts, cannot quite get it. CCJ, M&P not close, bad guy doing everything he can, and his power's swerving through base, still alive. There's a rolling bomb bottom. Camel needs to come off of regrab. You're not doing the team any good there. Well, I guess you are getting the flag. Oh, and there's a kiss. But that is the game. There is simply not enough time for M&P to make that rolling bomb count. And Soviet Ballers with a great Game 5 take the series 3-2. Soviet Ballers moving on. Holden Gate Warriors season is done. A little bit of controversy at the end of Game 4. This is the scenario in which Holden Gate Warriors regret being friendly about that awkward timeout decision. It ends up costing them. The question mark is whether or not they earned that overtime period in Game 4 with that last second beautiful cap. It's an odd scenario, but the players are leaving the group, and it looks like they have accepted it as it is. It's a little bit too late to go back. Frustration from the Holden Gate Warriors players, a couple immediately disconnecting. Sad to see it end that way. The fifth game was certainly high quality from both teams. Nail biting stuff. Always unfortunate to have a question mark hanging over any of the games in this series. But this has been decided. I am not going to call in any captains here for post-game interviews. Well, I don't know, Iron Ball, what do you think?
No, we probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was definitely exciting, but it was rough.
Yeah, Soviet Ballers fighting back from down in the series to take the last two games. Great play from them. Holden Gate Warriors a little bit shortchanged this week due to offensive powerhouse Meat Sweet missing out. People will go to the tapes to look back over that Game 4 decision, mostly just out of curiosity, because I suspect the results will remain as they stand. But that has been a NLTP-B playoff game. Holden Gate Warriors, Soviet Ballers coming out on top. I'm Swergonomics here on Iron Ball TV, what we call it here.
I have no idea.
Iron Ball streaming here on Iron Ball's Twitch channel. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Swerg. And thanks everyone for tuning in.